Hello, my name is Frank Hanaway, and I'd like to talk to you today about passage meditation, which is a spiritual practice that I've been following for the past 5 years. I'm going to tell you a little bit about what sort of state I was in when I started and what the benefits have been in my life. And I will direct you to a place where, if you're interested, you can find out lots more information. In 2009, I got the H1N1 virus, and the residual effects of that lasted for about 10 months. And my doctor nobody could figure out what was wrong with me. I was depressed. I had almost zero energy. I was having nightmares. I was having insomnia, which I was treating by drinking 2 or 3 glasses of wine every day, which made me feel horrible the next day, which also just didn't really make me sleep well. As the time progressed, I started to feel a little better. And one of the doctors I went to was my cardiologist, and he did some tests on me, and he said, "Guess what? We could talk about your physical problems, but the truth of the matter is you're having a spiritual crisis." And I gave him the polite version of the response, duh, because I was well aware of that, but I didn't quite know what to do about it. And I started looking around. I started exploring what might work in my life, but I had really a problem finding something that fit me like a glove, something that was inclusive of the great ideas of all the religions, just so many things that I needed to know that people respected in the program. So about 4 months later, I went back for a follow-up visit, and this same cardiologist had been to a one-day retreat that was an introduction to passage meditation. He was very excited, and he said, "Look, you ought to try this. They've got a website." He said, "I was impressed with them. Go on the website and see what you think." So I went home that night, went on the website just like he suggested. I got the instructions for meditating on a passage, and I started the next morning, and 5 years later, I'm still meditating. Now, one of the problems had been back when I was so sick, was that my parents were getting elderly. My mother was taking care of my Down syndrome brother, and they were still independent, but I knew they were going to need me, and I was just terrified because I had nothing to give. I could barely get through my work day, let alone after that go and help them. And also the wine was a real problem. Well, the interesting thing was I so fell in love with meditation that after about a week, I just stopped drinking altogether. It just sort of fell away without any sort of effort on my part. I didn't like the way I felt when I got up in the morning, and I wanted my mind to be clear for my meditation. Trumped everything. Now, I do want to tell you that if you have a substance abuse problem or emotional issues, you need professional help for that. This is what happened for me, but it's not. I wouldn't say this was anything you could count on. You really do need a 12-step program or a psychologist. You need some kind of help if you have problems. Don't just think, "Oh, this guy said, yeah, well, that's what happened to me," but it isn't something. It isn't the way it affects everybody. But everybody that I've known that's done this sincerely has really gotten some benefits out of it. In those 5 years, my father passed away, my brother passed away, and I moved in with my mother, who has now been diagnosed with Alzheimer's disease. We've had lots of challenges, but nevertheless, somehow meditation has helped me find the internal resources to handle whatever comes up and to be able to give when I need to give. And I'm very blessed to be able to help my mother out and make her life as good as it could possibly be under the circumstances. So I want to give you the website. I'm going to put that in a link below. It's easwaran.org, EASWARAN.org. There are instructions for how to meditate there. There's a book, Passage Meditation. that the originator of this practice, Eknath Easwaran, wrote, and it's available for free online as a download. There are passages that you can download to use in meditation, all kinds of resources. It's extraordinary. So if this intrigued you at all, please go look at it and see if it'll help you. You don't have to spend a penny. And I'll be posting some more videos here. I'm probably going to do some book reviews of some books of Easwaran that I'm particularly fond of, and some books that he pointed out to us that he suggested we might like to read. So that will be here. If you have questions or comments, please post them below. If you have a question I can answer it, I will answer it in the comments. If it's something that I can't answer, I will point you in the direction to someone who can answer it. That's all I've really got for you today. If you like it, a thumbs up is appreciated. You might want to subscribe to get those further videos. I'm kind of trying to decide what I'm going to do on this channel. In the meantime, I appreciate you spending your time with me, and I wish you from the bottom of my heart peace and joy.